Greetings, judges and all audience. I am Beatrix Situmorang from Budi Mulia Senior High School, Pematangsiantar. And today, I will be telling you a story about the legend of Baroa. Once upon a time, in Mandailing, North Sumatra, stood a small kingdom across the Batangadis River called Kota. The king, Sultan Pulungan, had an empress and a newborn baby boy. The king liked hunting, but one day, when he and several soldiers were hunting deer in a dense forest, they found a baby boy. He handed over the baby to an old widow named Sawa, who had longed for a child. "Thank you, sire. I will take care of this baby like my own child," the old widow said happily. Every time she went to work in the fields, the old woman put the baby in Baroa, which was a kennel. Therefore, people called him Baroa. Time kept running. 5-year-old Baroa was getting more handsome now. But strangely, the face and stature of Baroa were very similar to the son of Sultan Pulungan. And because of that, people were often mistaken. When Baroa walked alone, people would greet him as if he were the son of Sultan Pulungan. Meanwhile, when they met the son of Sultan Pulungan, they would treat him like an ordinary person. Hearing that, Sultan Pulungan and the empress felt very humiliated. Therefore, they decided to kill Baroa in secret. He gathered all the royal officials to compile a secret murder plan. He also told them to hold the Sopogodang traditional ceremony.
"How do we kill him, sire?"
asked the commander.
"Before inserting the replacement pole, you must first push him down the hole and hit him with it,"
Sultan Pulungan exclaimed. He also ordered the commander to mark a cross on Baroa's forehead with white ink to distinguish which one is his son and which one is Baroa. After hearing the king's explanation, the royal officials immediately prepared everything needed for the Sopogodang ceremony. Likewise, the commander who had been appointed by the king immediately looked for Baroa to mark his forehead. Finally, the day had come. Various performances were made. When the commanders were busy preparing the pole, they saw Baroa, who had been marked on his forehead, standing not far from them. Immediately, they caught and dropped him into the hole and hit him with a large pole. Nobody knew what the commanders had done. The commanders felt relieved because they managed to carry out their duties smoothly. Sultan Pulungan also felt the same way, because Baroa, who made him feel vile, is now dead. However, since then, the son of Sultan Pulungan was never seen again. The entire royal family searched everywhere, but they still couldn't find him. Sultan Pulungan began to worry. Therefore, he sent someone to Sawa's house to see if Baroa was still with her. Upon arrival, the messenger saw Baroa chopping firewood with Sawa. He immediately returned to the palace to report this to the king. Hearing the report, Sultan Pulungan became furious.
"Commander, the one you killed is my son, not Baroa!"
Sultan Pulungan exclaimed with a flushed face. It seems that confusion started some time before the ceremony was held. Sultan Pulungan's son saw a cross on Baroa's forehead. "Hey, servant! I want a cross on my forehead too, like Baroa. Make one for me." Then he went into the crowd, and that's when the commander caught him secretly and killed him. Sultan Pulungan ordered 3 soldiers to kill Baroa, and they immediately headed to Baroa's house. But when they arrived there, Baroa and Sawa was not there. Apparently, someone knew about the plan and told Sawa to immediately leave and save himself. So Sawa had taken Baroa away to a yellowing rice field not far from the riverbank. Arriving at the fields, Sawa and Baroa hid in a hut. She was sure the soldiers would definitely catch them before arriving at the riverbank. My son will hide here. If we keep running, they will definitely catch us, Sawa said while embracing Barwa. The soldiers lost track. Then they saw the hut and decided to approach it. When they reached the hut, they suddenly stopped. Sawa and Barwa were even more frightened now. It turns out they stopped walking because they saw a spotted dove perch on top of the hut's roof frame while singing. Come on, let's look for them elsewhere. If they're hiding there, there's no way that dove is perched up there, the leader exclaimed. After the soldiers were quite far from the hut, Sawa and Bara immediately ran towards the Batangares River. But unfortunately, the soldiers saw them. There they are! Let's catch them! The leader exclaimed. Sawa and Bara ran faster. But when they arrived at the river, they looked that the river was in a big flood. The soldiers chasing them were closer. They could do nothing more. Feeling defeated, Sawa knelt, asking God for help. Oh God, please save our lives, Sawa cried. When she lifted her head back, Sawa saw a wood drifting across the middle of the river. Without thinking, Sawa and Barwa climbed the big wood. Once on the other side, the wood was swept away again by the flood. The soldiers could no longer chase them. Finally, Sawa and Barwa were safe. It was said that several years later, a kingdom called Panyabungan Tonga-Tonga was found, led by Barwa and his empress. His descendants became known as the Mandaling people with the surname Nasution. So, what's the moral of the story? Well, the moral value we can learn from the story is someone who had bad intention to innocent people will be the one suffering. This was shown by the behavior of Sultan Pulungan, who tried to kill Barwa but ended up losing his own son.